This is like the worst sequence ever to film for me. It's really testing my ADD. Dinghy wheels are installed. I can bring this thing around much easier now.
It's fantastic.
Pretty good.
And the times that we walk, going through and through. In that moment, I felt that I could go anywhere.
Molly's going somewhere.
So it's Molly's last morning with us. I'm so sad. Yeah, it's like actually it's early afternoon and we're about to go get the panga ride. We're gonna say our goodbyes here so I don't have to get emotional in town. Yeah. It was so good having you, Molly.
It was so nice to be here.
Thank you so much for making this trip. I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna see you again
so
soon.
much too.
So I'm not gonna worry about it.
It's making me sad thinking about it.
Bye, Molly. Thanks for making the trek.
Thanks for having
awesome.
me. For all
Such a good time.
Yep. It was fun.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Sounds.
Okay.
Okay, more hug.
I love you, Grace. I love you too.
My sister has been here with us in Bocas Toro, Panama for the past 10 days.
See you when we see you. Bye.
The visit has flown by, but we've done a lot at Red Frog Marina these past few days. Today we're going sloth hunting, and Molly even got to witness an animal sighting that I've been patiently waiting and hoping for since the first day we arrived. An up-close encounter with a resident three-toed mama sloth and her baby.
When I'll be coming home, then I'll be at your door. When I'll be coming home.
Now it's time for us to get cracking on the to-do list that needs completing before we can say goodbye to Bocas del Toro for good and move on to the San Blas Islands.
The wish I carry high whenever we're apart. It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes.
There, honey.
Oh, there's stuff on there?
Yeah, vacuumed. It's just marks.
Marks.
Grace is doing an inventory right now.
I'm finding some gross stuff in here.
She's a little freaked out. She's finding some, I don't know, it's like little rust marks. She's mind going nuts on.
This is like this area. And so I'm basically counting up everything I have, and then I'm gonna go to all my other hiding places, figure out what we need for this massive provisioning we're gonna be doing.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go to San Blas soon, so
Yeah.
it's a little more like the Bahamas. So I will.
Sitting here peacefully editing.
I'm just trampling around the boat with the media equipment.
Phil is up to
Stuff.
yeah.
So, someone online had mentioned in the comments that if you put a depth sounder in water, so this is our new transducer, this is a cup of water, as you can see.
Let me see the cup of water again.
So it has to be in the water for the sonic. It can't transmit through air. The waves, apparently the sonar waves, it has to go through water. If I do that, and then I put it right here.
Regular old plastic wine glass.
Yeah, these are the old transducers. I pulled this one out, but it's just this narrow little speed wheel. This one I have no idea how to get off. I just stuck this nut, and it's not something I want to break while we're in the water floating, so it'd be a problem. So right now it is doing a little experiment. I put a cup of water, I put the new transducer, I wired it to our NMEA network. So now I need to go to our chart plotter. You can see we're in saying 18 feet of water. So I went outside and I verified with our handheld depth sounder. It said 19 0.6. The handheld, I'm doing it to water line, so that basin's probably a foot or two below the water line. So I think they're actually reading the same, which is kind of interesting. So if I could find a way to mount that depth transducer and keep it in fluid, we could have a makeshift depth sounder while we're bouncing around until we're ready for a haul out. So today I'm working on adding dinghy wheels to our dinghy. Of course it's not easy. The mounts for it are flush mounted, but we have a lip on our transom of our dinghy to keep the outboard motor in place, and also just like this little fin on the back. So I had to make spacers. Luckily Brian had some starboard around. I needed 1.5 inches. This is 3/4, so I'm going to have to cut 2 of them, screw them together, and then mount it through the transom. So you can see our transom here has a lip, so this leg would not be able to fully engage the lock here. So I built these spacers at a starboard. That's going to take the bracket 1.5 inches off this transom, and then it can clear this and also clear the lip down here. It's getting heavier. Are installed.
Wow, let me see.
God, actually, went actually quite high up. I didn't realize. But
that's great. Wow.
I 4200 them in, seal the holes below the waterline. I also put some Tef gel because it's a stainless screw in aluminum hull, so you don't have dissimilar metal. So I Tef gelled the end so we could get it back apart. But now, when we're landing on a beach, I can bring this thing around much easier now.
Fantastic.
If we don't feel like having wheels, we could just take these off the brackets completely.
Right. Yeah.
And stow them somewhere. Like if we don't feel like, if we're not in an area of beach landings, it wouldn't make sense to put wheels up.
Nice upgrade for our car.
Took me most of the day.
So we're heading out to Provision, and it's kind of an interesting experience here in Bocas because every store carries different things. So you literally have to go to every single store to get everything that you want. We're going to take you guys with us and show you what it's like to go food shopping in Bocas del Toro. The first part of this long errand starts with a panga ride from Red Frog Marina on Bastimentos Island to Bocas Town on Colon Island. On a beautiful day like today, it's a pleasant 15 to 20 minute trip, disturbed only by the occasional wake and bumpy patch where shoaling between islands and open ocean creates chop. So provisioning in town is a mission for a bunch of reasons. One, just because it's hot, but also just because all the stores are really spread out that have the different things that we need. So it's a lot of walking and then obviously carrying what you buy. It's not really just the heat, walking and carrying though. The hardest thing is that each store carries different items each time we shop. So we won't know what each store has today until we get there. That means we need a strategy. Let's do this.
All right, let's start provisioning. I think the meat plate's down here somewhere.
Well, we don't want to do meat first, right?
Okay.
We should do meat last.
That's the meat place.
There's a lot of strategy involved when we shop this way.
There is a temperature here.
And when it's 88 degrees. What you doing, buddy? What do you smell?
Hey, buddy. Oh, he's cute.
Getting distracted.
Yeah, for sure.
So cute. He's all scruffy. Besides leaving meat to the end, less than ideal since it's the shop located furthest north and will have the heaviest load by then, we also need to consider highest priority items because there's no going back to a store once we've shopped it. It's too time consuming and too tough with our loaded pack, carefully arranged with fragile items on top and heavier on the bottom. I'm looking for Kleenex, facial tissue,
50.
and I'm not able to find it anywhere
Not more than 50.
for today. So 4 boxes of tissues equals 1.
So
50, 50 each, but this is, yeah, the first place I've ever seen it, so
What are we at?
I think that's it for the shop.
Really?
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, well.
That's funny.
Dijeron tú no me dices nada, no dice que, ok, dale, dale, pero no me dices nada para
Que se la se perdió.
7, 8, está loco.
Yep, ready.
There we go.
To this place now. Real bananas. Nice, honey. You see a lot of the plantain varieties, but not a lot of good old-fashioned American bananas. So this is an exciting find that I haven't seen anywhere else yet. The only unfortunate thing is they're all kind of the same ripeness. So that's kind of annoying, but I'm still really excited about it. Though we get most of fresh fruit and veg at the stand by the dock, it's located at the very bottom of the island. We can't know what they'll have until we get there, but once down there, we can't slog back up again with our load. So I buy a few things in the northern part of town as insurance to hedge my bets. This time, broccoli, tomatoes, and bananas.
This is like the worst sequence ever to film for me. It's really testing my ADD. Every store on the island.
Bill just wants to just call it, but
I'm done.
that's the thing that's so challenging about shopping here. I would love sour cream too. I'm kind of hoping one of these places has sour cream. Okay, sour cream for the win. So this place has these. That's good. Look at this. They have kale. They have spinach. Now we're headed further downtown to the veggie stand for produce. It's extra busy in Bocas today because it's a local holiday. There are many of these during the winter season, so it's easy to end up shopping on one of them. Also, most shops stay open to take advantage of the extra customers. I see they've got bananas, so we needn't have bought and carried those all over. Point lost. But I see they don't have broccoli or cherry tomatoes, so we bet correctly there. Point gained. So we're on the home stretch now. We're heading to this meat shop we found.
Yeah.
That is the meat shop we found. Okay, so this is like the pork freezer, I think. So maybe do you want to start at pollo?
So we have whole chickens, this size, or smaller. Breast bone in, boneless breast,
4 medallions on each pack.
Maybe we'll take one of those.
Or if you
I'm ready to go back to the marina.
Ready to go back to the boat?
Yeah. Get
A bit hot.
Get some air conditioning.
We're starting off today with part 2 of the provisioning process. We've decided to supplement our town shop with the delivery of heavy bulk items to the small deli on the Marina property that's owned by a grocery store in Bocas Town.
What do you think of this process, hon? Grace?
Stressful.
You seem a little crazed.
Muchas gracias, Mario.
Well, that was easier than going to town for all this stuff.
The store we've ordered from only carries certain items, so we couldn't have avoided the town shop, but we were able to get wine, milk, and beer from them, which would have been excruciating to deal with procuring in town. Well, this definitely helps supplement our provision run.
Oh, this is way easier.
So we got all that stuff in town that we couldn't get this way, and then got everything else this way.
This is largely the heavy stuff.
All the heavy stuff, so we're getting
Wine, beer.
we're getting closer to being able to leave.
San Blas, here we come, though.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's a lot of cheese.
So you can't get dairy in San Blas. So they have vegetable boats, apparently, we will find out, that bring you very limited meat, veg, fruit, and bread. But yeah, and eggs you can get kind of like in their towns, but not things like yogurt and cheese. So we got a lot of yogurt and cheese. Okay, so we got 5 of these, 2 cheddar, 3 Swiss. We already have a Swiss in here, and a lot of Romano cheese. So hopefully this will last us 3 months. We'll see.
We got a lot of cold cuts. Okay. Thank God for a second fridge freezer at this point.
Okay, so now we just have to find a home for all this stuff, which I have some ideas, but we'll see about all of it.
It's like a mini Bahamas provisioning in a way.
Yeah.
So the Bahamas,
sure.
because you don't really have much fruit or veg anywhere in the Bahamas. It's like harder to find that. So we've probably done more like canned vegetables and stuff like that.
Definitely getting slightly different provisioning than in the Bahamas, but same type of concept where we're not going to be going to a store for 3 months. So now Bill just has to find a way to make the alcohol last.
Hey, I will.
So we'll see how that goes. So a moment of truth.
Yeah, go clean our gross bottom. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it hasn't been cleaned since June.
Mexico. The last time I scraped it, which was like, May or June. So
Yeah, we're cut out for you.
it's like a full-on ecosystem down there. Oh, I wanted to turn on the engine to spin off as much as I can off the propeller. Some water flow, hopefully.
Algae and stuff.
Yeah, I'm taking the butter clear if I can. I was trying to put it in reverse and see if I could shoot the keel.
You mean shoot the keel?
I'm projecting water down past the hull. Yeah, reverse will go much better. I'll clear it out. We'll probably get high RPMs.
That disturbed a lot of stuff.
Huh?
That just disturbed a lot of growth.
Well, I thought that'd make my life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
See all this stuff?
Wow.
Oh man, I really stirred that up, huh? I'm about to go do that anyways.
Wait, ecosystem.
Pretty good. Okay.
Oh, I cannot believe this is my last time doing this walk. I definitely have emotions right now. I just love this place. It's definitely by far my favorite marina that we've ever stayed at. Not that we've stayed at that many marinas, but definitely an incredible, incredible place. Yeah, this is it. Oh, last day. On our last day here, I'm starting off with yoga, followed by a dip at the pool with Bill. It's hard to believe we've been here almost 2 months now, and the end feels bittersweet. Man. So many happy memories at the sloth tree. Some of my first sloth sightings. Not only our first, but our last sighting as well. A few days ago, Bill and I had one final experience at the infamous sloth tree that will stand out amongst our sloth memories. So this sloth is trying to get from this tree, I think, to that tree, but he's such a small little guy. To give you perspective, come down. And for size reference, because we don't usually get this on film, and I've wanted to get the perspective you can see. Bill's 6'2", and that's how cute and small this little guy is. But really is like questioning this a few times now. He keeps looking at this tree. He's trying to go to this tree right here. I'm trying to figure out if there's any way that he can do it, but he's just too small to make that gap. I've seen bigger ones do it, but let's see what he decides to do. I don't know what he's gonna do. Sure what he's doing. I've seen this sloth sleeping in where that green vine is. I've seen like his butt kind of in that and him just like sleeping, so maybe he's gonna wait till it gets dark and risk going down. I feel like he can tell we're here. And it looks like he has decided just to go to sleep and deal with it. Oh no, he's awake.
He's sleeping.
Did he go to sleep?
That's closed.
I think I tell he blinked, but like his arm froze in that spot. What you doing there, buddy? He's just not moving now. He's sleeping. Oh, no. He's awake.
You guys are still here, huh?
sloths today. Oh well, I've had more than anyone's. I've been lucky to see as many as I have. I've had more than I need and more than most people will ever have, so onwards we go. We were surprised by one final bit of magic that Red Frog Marina still had in store for us.
Oh, that's such a cool thing. It's weird how it keeps its head keeps kind of coming out of the water. Is it still attached to the dog?
Yeah, it is.
So strange.